Hello friends, Lynn Kuhn here from Outdoor Transformations. You know, spring came early this year, so I was forced to rent a piece of equipment that I've never run before, and you're going to watch me do it for the first time here today. It's called a billy goat, or some people call it a brush cutter or a mulching mower. So here it is. You can see that it's larger than a tiller, and it's just a walk behind, so I'm really curious to see how it cuts back the grasses and the perennials that are in the circle garden, which you can see right here behind me. So the reason I thought we'd better get on this now is because, like I said, spring is coming early this year. So as you can see, the salvia plant, it's already wanting to come up. So even though I tell people, you know, to cut back your grasses and your perennials around tax time or mid-April, this year, I think we're all going to have to do it a little sooner. So we're going to get some of these objects out of the garden and then we're going to get started. I'm a little nervous. I hope I remember to do what they told me to do where I picked it up. So here goes nothing. That only took about 4 minutes. Last year, cutting back the circle garden took about an hour. Then we had to burn everything. So what we've got here is just a natural mulch that can just stay right here in the garden. It'll decompose. And I don't know, I have to give the billy goat an A+. I hope you all want to try it. Thanks. After we used the billy goat brush cutter on the circle garden, I was curious how it would handle other plants in the yard. So here's an example. If you're familiar with the plant Amsonia hubrichtii or narrow-leaf star, this is what it looks like after the billy goat has had its way with it. So that's really perfect. Now the new growth can come right up. And then right over here we have dark towers, penstemon, or beard tongue would be the common name. And look at all of this beautiful new foliage that has already come up, and it's what, March 13th today? So yeah, spring is definitely early. The billy goat did a great job on these two plants. Let's go look at some other examples. This is a variegated miscanthus, or Miscanthus sinensis variegatus. You can't tell because the billy goat was just here and mowed it all down, and it's perfect. We're ready for the new growth. I'm very happy with how the billy goat handled this really large miscanthus grass. In addition to cutting back perennials and grasses, I was curious if the billy goat would do a good job with shrubs that are finer in texture. So for example, Spirea deutzia, or in this bed, we actually had Dyervilla, or southern bush honeysuckle. So right over here, I'll show you how that all turned out. You can see how big the stems are. You can see that the plant was really coming through with the green stems there. So we'll see what happens. I think it'll be just fine. It'll come up through the base. And what I like about cutting small shrubs back, I don't know, maybe every 2 to 3 years, is because many small shrubs get kind of dead and woody on the inside. And it's a real pain to have to get in there and remove all of the dead wood. So I just don't have that kind of patience. Better off just to rent the billy goat, level it off. So yeah, that's what happened right over here. And then in the middle of this bed, we had a really large stand of Joe pieweed. And then off here to my right, we had miscanthus grass. It was strictus, so porcupine grass basically. And they were easily 7 feet tall. So you can see what happens after you take the billy goat through. Now we will go ahead and rake all of this up and burn it. And I don't know, I'm enjoying the billy goat so much, I might just go over the bed a couple of times and chew up the cuttings a little bit more, just for fun. One of my favorite plant combinations here in the yard is the combination of this blue sedge. This is kind of a semi-evergreen. This has not been touched or cut back. Isn't it so nice? Right behind it here we have Coppertina ninebark. So you got kind of the dark bronzish foliage of the ninebark contrasting with the blue-gray of the sedge. And then to make it even more exciting, we've got Glow Girl spirea. But this is what this looks like in March. And because of the wall, we weren't able to get the billy goat up here to cut all of this back. So we'll do this by hand, which is no problem. But I want to show you what this plant looks like after the billy goat has munched on it. One of my favorite plants for weed control under shrubs is this blue sedge. This is what it looks like after the billy goat has munched it down. Now it's all ready for spring. I've been throughout the entire property. I've mowed down everything that I possibly can without harming, the trees and the shrubs. And I have to say, it was a blast. I'm kind of sad that I have to return the billy goat on Monday morning to Mulch Mart, which is where I rented it from. And that is in Waukee, Iowa. So if you're interested, just give them a shout. And overall, the billy goat gets an A+ from Outdoor Transformations. Thanks.